There are 7 millionaire habits that help me build a real estate portfolio today. You just gotta do it scared. Imagine barely making $12 an hour. No financial guidance, no one to bail you out, just vibes. But you learn these 7 habits that set you up to build a $1.5 million real estate portfolio in just under 2 years. The first one, pay yourself first. This habit completely transformed my financial life. Trust me, it is a game changer. This is the number 1 habit that took me from the negative to saving my first $100,000. Because it reaches a point, you have to sit back and say, I am paying everybody, the rent, the bills. Okay, the mouths need to be fed. I'm paying everybody, going shopping, getting food, all those things. But when you sit down and you think about it, you actually never paid yourself. You see, intentionally, I started to put aside a portion of my income for savings and investments. It was tough at first, but this is really the beginnings of my wealth building journey. Like if I told you, this is how you're going to start building serious wealth for yourself. First, pay yourself first. That simple. Before all the other bills, that easy. Would you do it? See, this habit is not just about saving money. It's about shifting your mindset to also prioritize your future self. It's really what allowed me to invest consistently because I set it up automated. Invest and continue to grow my portfolio. And it can do the same for you. Our second habit, live below your means. You see, it's the simple things that are going to transform your life over the course of a few years. Even with ETF investing, it's not this exciting, momentous thing where you're about to make $1 million overnight. No, but investing it consistently over a few years will give you an opportunity, would give you a resource to do something different that you desire for yourself. So, in this economy, to be living where if you don't have a paycheck, you don't know your left from your right, and you don't know what the next step would be. And you might wonder, like, who would be living above their means in such an economy? Even when I remember in college, okay, when we didn't even have 2 pennies to rub together. You see, at that time, a lot of people would get credit card deals and stuff coming and being mailed to them. And I had friends who were just like the next minute getting this credit card, getting that credit card. Next, you know, they're buying this cool thing. And I'm like, how are y'all gonna pay for this? You know, where is the money coming from? Oh, it's not my money. What? What kind of mindset is that? We'll just figure it out. What kind of mindset is that? So imagine having that mindset as you build and as you get your big jobs and things like that, but yet you are barely just surviving. You're barely just making ends meet. It looks good on the outside. You've got all the fancy things. It looks nice. But you and you alone and your books know what's going on at the end of every month. In the beginning, when the bills hit, on how much you are struggling. But only if you took a step back and pulled back on this lifestyle that you've created. Because the reality of it is nobody really cares. Start to take care of yourself. Our third habit, focus on solutions, not problems. This is really big in this economy because when you look at the state of politics, the state of our economy, you will be very concerned. Should I start investing? Should I start now? What is happening? You just don't know. There is so much turmoil going on that you don't even know how to position yourself. And if you're not careful, you will fall into the side of looking at all the problems. Not to say they're not there, but if you changed your mindset to think about how can I create solutions for myself that a few years from today, I will be standing in a better position. What does that look like? Is it leveling up on your skills? Is it learning how to pay yourself first? Is it cutting down on your expenses? Is it buying that first ETF or creating a portfolio? I'm working on that for you, by the way, so make sure you're tuned in. I'm going to put a link in the description. Or is it just getting started with your investing? Whatever it is, understanding that this is going to take time. Focus on solutions and take advantage because in the midst of turmoil, there's always great opportunity. They say things like these are the seasons where the most millionaires are going to be made or whatever it is. Don't just pass by statements like that. Take a step back and take a moment to yourself and think, how can I be a part of that crowd in the next 5 to 7 years, in the next 10 years? How can I transform my life that I can just be like, wow, How could I even imagine? What does that look like? What skills do I have that the community needs that I can share in a manner that is comfortable to me, in a manner that I'm showing up authentically? What does that mean for you? What does that mean to you? You see, sometimes what I notice is, and the messages that I receive is that folks have the resource, but they get so bought into this idea of wealth overnight. And I'm here to help ground you because I've been through that journey, joining some silly business that I thought was going to be $1 million overnight, investing in some company that I thought somebody said, yes, yes, yes. So go to the moon. And I said, let's go. Hello, right back to the ground. But understanding now that the fundamentals of growth comes over time. So what are those things that I need to put in place in order for me to also see myself 3 years? And that's the vision I want for this channel and this community that we're building. Let's start thinking about transformation in 1, 3, 5 year terms. Not 90 days to turn $10 into $100,000. Not 60 days to turn your first investment into a little pockets of gold. Hey, we're gonna lose your money. Take it easy. So a focus on solutions keeps you moving forward even in the midst of turmoil. Our next one, continuously educate yourself. You see, when I was in school, honestly, half of those assignments were just a blur. But you know what? It reaches a point of our big age where we have to sit back and say, what do I need to learn to up my skill in a certain thing? Is it learning how to really invest the right way the wealthy do it, the millionaires or even the billionaires, to have people like Warren Buffett turn back and say, listen, if you want to build wealth with investing, just get yourself an ETF portfolio and go the long way with it. Is it building skills so that I can go from a $60,000 a year job to a $160,000 a year job? Is it building a skill that I can sell something in the marketplace and be valuable to build income and invest it even more? That's the level of strategic thinking that I want for your life. I am building a community that 5 years from today, I'm sitting in a room with millionaires. I'm sitting in a room with change makers and great thinkers and folks who have transformed their lives because they created intentional process around that. Whether it was the skill, whether it was the investing, whether it was giving back, whether it was in a manner where they understood the value on how to position themselves in the marketplace. I once heard something that said, as a human being, you can always get up and change. You see, you're not like a tree, or you're not like something that is just like stuck and planted there, even a table or anything like that. As a human being, you can wake up today and say, today, I'm going to do something different. Today, I choose to invest in myself. What does that look like for you? And I guess this is the school of life because nobody is tightening your neck with assignments and putting pressure on you to pass classes and grading, but this is the grade of life, okay? And it is up to you to get up and say, what are those skills that I'm going to learn this year that I can transform my life? How am I going to build this ETF portfolio that I'm going to start investing? But hello, you're in the right place, the home of ETF investing. Stay tuned. I'm working on something special for you. Link in description. Our next millionaire habit, write down your goals. See it. See it. When you walk into the room, write it on a little paper that you can put it in your purse or your wallet, that you can constantly see it. Put it on your car dashboard. See it. See what you desire for yourself. You see, I get folks reaching out to me and they tell me about their goals and they're just so excited about it. And I'll just ask them, have you ever written this down? No. So you're just moving around, excited about goals, and you're just moving through goals and goals and goals. No. But you've never taken that crazy step on investing in yourself and making a decision that moves you towards the goal that you desire for yourself. You see, what you don't realize is when you write down something that you visually can see and you've actually taken the time to write clear goals on what you desire for yourself, you've already birthed the idea. It's just a matter of letting it come to life. Write down your goals. And don't get hung up on the plan. Heck, put down some plans as well too, but don't get hanged up on the plan because life, what do they say? If you want God to laugh, tell him your plans. Yeah. Just, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. We just gotta move with it. But the vision that you desire for yourself, Write it in plain. Our next habit is discipline. Because what do you mean you want to learn how to start investing? Build an ETF portfolio that fits your goals, which I'm working on to make things so easy, taking you from I don't even know what to start investing to being a confident investor. I'm telling you, you want to be a part of this family. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, send it to a friend, and be like, hello, this young girl over here. She's talking about some things. I think she might know a thing or two. Come and listen. Oh, no. But discipline is what is going to transform your life. Because what do you mean you want to build an investing portfolio, but you are investing once in a blue moon? What do you mean you want to learn this skill or get a new job that pays better, but you're applying to a job once a week? Oh, come on. Let me tell you a story. When I wanted to get into corporate, and back in those days, it was rough. Okay, when I say broke, yeah, we were in there. And I remember our internet in the house wasn't even working, okay? And I would come back from work strained and stressed out, and I would take my little laptop. This is the laptop that survived through college, and I rocked with it for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I still have that laptop. I should go turn it on to see if it still turns on. And I would walk. I'd walk to McDonald's. I remember this vividly. McDonald's was a few miles down the road from where we lived. It's not short. Probably took me close to 30 minutes to walk. And I would walk there, and so that I can tap into their Wi-Fi, and I'd sit there and I'd work and I'd apply and I'd do this and I'd do that. And I did that consistently every single day. And I learned about the industry, and I learned about how they need to, how they dress and whatnot. And so I started, emulating that, even though I didn't even have the job yet. The point is, when you desire for change, you will do anything possible. You will be so focused in the goal that you have written down that you would be willing to put in any effort. Imagine today. I just think sometimes I'm like, dang, would I have done all that if it is today? But I mean, the journey continues, because the business I've built and the business I continue to build, there has to be purpose behind it, because that's how it's going to fuel you, especially when things don't go right or left. It does go left a lot, but there has to be passion or purpose. There has to be purpose behind it, that your passion might die out or it might burn a little fuse, but the purpose and the vision that you have, no matter what direction you turn in, you will continue to get to that journey. So what is that for you? What is your discipline? Our next habit, to make you a millionaire, because that's my goal. I'm building a community of millionaires. I'm going to need you to think long term. I think it was Jim Rohn who said, set a goal to become a millionaire. And it's not even because of the $1 million you're going to see in the bank. And I mean, yes, we all want to see that, but it is because of who you will become along the way. I dare you to set a goal to become a millionaire in 7 years, in 10 years, whatever that looks like. Write it down and look at it. I dare you to be scared to write a goal on paper that gets the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. Because what is life? What is life if it is not to wholeheartedly pursue those desires that you've always had within you? Focusing on the long term for me was investing in real estate, because that is a long-term play. But in the now, having the freedom to be able to build on purpose, having the freedom to be able to create a community. What is that for you? This was Quick Bites, Millionaire in the Making. Make sure you're paying yourself first before all those bills. Live intentionally below your means. Nobody cares about the fancy things that you're spending your money on, okay? If you're buying something, honestly, in this state of the economy, if you're buying something that's not even keeping you alive, don't buy it. That is the straight and simple and narrow. Put that money towards investing, because the way the market, whether it goes down or up, the growth, the potential, where the government is investing, I'm going to be talking about all of that. So you know where the opportunity zones are for you to be able to have the capacity. We're here to change our mindset so that You have extra funds, because when it comes to investing, you're not using your rent money to do that. You're not using money that you need to survive on to do that. We're building the mindset where we have that cash, that investing becomes a norm. I'm like, hey, I'm putting $500 down. This $500 is for my investing. It doesn't impact my life in terms of my rent, my whatnot, my all that stuff. I've built my life because either I've created more income, I've reduced my expenses in order to build the life that I desire. And then I said, focus on solutions. Around here, we only focus on solutions, no matter how big the problem is. The next one, we're never going to stop learning. This is the school of life for us. We're building until we create a complete life of transformation and impact where we can turn around and impact our generation. We're writing it down, the goals, the vision. It is high time we saw exactly what we desire for ourselves. Oh, and by the way, it costs nothing. It costs nothing to dream big, okay? So write it down for yourself. Then discipline. Discipline is your new BFF, okay? You don't know anything else. Discipline is how you're going to get there. And play the long game. This is how you are going to win. We're building a community of investors. I'm taking you from not even knowing where to start to being a confident investor and building an ETF portfolio that fits your exact goals. I've put in the work. I've brought together a team of folks who are smarter than me, who are putting in the right research, and we're creating a very unique system that takes you simply through that you will have a clear strategy around your portfolio to invest and build wealth for yourself. Make sure you click the link in the description. I'll make sure to put it there. And if you're ready to get started right away, I've always got some great stuff for you to get started. I built a very simple ETF guide that is free. I'll put that in the link for you too. Go ahead and grab it and get started. I just want you to get started, okay? Because I see friends who might not look like you and I, who their parents taught them, or they were within a community where people show them how to position things. We didn't have that. And so why are you even scared to get started? You're already behind. Let's get going, baby. We're here for the long-term wealth, the wealth that brings comfort to us, our children, and our children's children. We might be scared, but we do it scared.